Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are going to be reacting to every Straw Hat's best and every Straw Hat's best and worst arc. This is by my man Za13R. Hit subscribe on his channel. He makes good videos. But yeah, let's get started. Let's watch.
Yo, something that I've always loved about One Piece is the variation between arcs. Nothing beats that feeling of getting to a new island and having no idea what to expect. You don't know if you're going to end up in an island made of cake and cookies, or if you're going to end up in evil zombie land. And a big part of that variation is the characters within each arc. In each arc, there's always this revolving door of new characters and old characters, and what characters are relevant or irrelevant depending on what section of the story we're in. And that usually has an effect on our main crew, because depending on what arc we're in, some Straw Hats might be doing a lot, some Straw Hats might be doing nothing at all, and in some arcs, the Straw Hats don't even matter at all. Every Straw Hat has that one arc where they looked amazing, and that one arc where they were a complete train wreck. So today we're going to be ranking each Straw Hat's best and worst arc. And a lot of the Straw Hats don't really have bad arcs per se, but they just have arcs where they didn't do shit. And as we all know, I have nothing but love for all of the Straw Hats. I love all the Straw Hats equally. None of them have favoritism in my mind. So this is going to be a completely fair and unbiased list.
Evie was kind of annoying. I didn't really like Evie. She was like meh. It was like she got kind of annoying during Alabasta. Like, I've been rewatching One Piece in Japanese and in sub instead of dub, because I watched it in dub first, but I found freaking Evie to be so annoying. That was her name, right? I think blue-haired girl. Yeah, Evie. Starting out with
Usopp. Usopp was an easy one. His best arc is easily Water 7 and Enies Lobby.
Oh yeah, he locked in. He got freaking what's his name? Sniper King. He became Sniper King. He just started ore farming.
And yes, Water 7 and Enies Lobby is one arc. I'm not calling it two arcs. I don't give a fuck what you niggas say. But I had to set a limiter on myself. I couldn't just put everybody's best arc as Water 7 and Enies Lobby, because I really could have put that for every single Straw Hat. I mean, except Brook and Jinbei. But for Usopp especially, we saw the bulk of his character growth within Water 7 and Enies Lobby. Usopp's story has always been so heartwarming.
That's when he changed, though. Yeah, that's good. He had a huge change in that arc. Like, that's when he stopped being a little less scared. Other than in Fishman Island, that was like, I'd say his best arc was Fishman Island. I couldn't agree with this one, because like he came back not scared of anything and stuff, and like he pulled up on Nami. Yeah. I'd say Fishman Island, but we'll see what he has to say.
To me, the feelings of inadequacy he has about being a member of the crew, and just over the course of the arc, him gaining that confidence. We got his fight versus Luffy, which is still Usopp's best performance in any fight ever, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it. Like,
I changed my mind. I forgot about that. That fight, he locked in. That was tough. He finally got better. Like, he absolutely locked in. Like, that fight, bro, he just wouldn't give up. Like, if you're going up against Luffy, you're just gonna give up. But like, he gained like confidence, and he gained some heart that season. So I'll give it to him for that.
I'm supposed to be your boy. We supposed to be homies, but somehow you fight me harder than any of the evil niggas you fought before. And this arc had the Sogeking stuff, which, come on, we all love Sogeking. Too bad he got killed off in one OVA.
Oh, it was Sogeking, not Sniper King. Sogeking. Soga? I thought it was Soga. Yeah.
As for Usopp's worst arc, I have Drum Island. Drum Island is a good, fun arc. It has a lot of interesting shit in it, but Usopp didn't do shit in that arc.
He didn't do anything. He was very weak that arc. Nah.
He spent basically the entirety of this arc hanging around with Vivi drinking hot cocoa and shit. This arc was really the first time I noticed.
I mean, yeah, that was before he grew mentally. He was scared of all the bears and crap. Yeah, no, he actually sucked that arc. He did nothing at all.
Usopp's feelings of being worthless on the crew, and it makes sense because you wasn't worth shit in this arc, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was helpless from his gaze.
Are we serious, bro?
It's irresistible. Jesus.
Why are they sped up, bro?
As for our next Straw Hat, we have Nami, and Nami definitely has a special place in my heart. As the story is going on, I've liked Nami more and more. At first, I didn't care for Nami that much, but now she's honestly one of my favorite Straw Hats. And in my opinion, Nami's best arc is Skypiea, which is a weird choice. I'm sure you're thinking, what? Arlong Park's right there. But Skypiea Nami was just something different, bro. It's one of the few times we actually get to...
She locked in Skypiea. I was gonna say Fishman, but nah, she didn't stand up to the crew, I don't believe. The fake crew, the fake Straw Hats. She did not stand up to it. But she was like on a different level on freaking Sky Island and all that.
See Nami use her navigation skills to their fullest potential. Like, one of my favorite Nami moments, hands down, is when we're going up the knock-up stream. That was just one of the moments. She had aura, bro. Then her being the only person that's able to figure out the Wave Rider, like, immediately. Her standing up to Enel, blocking his attacks. Hey, Nami was on her shit that arc.
Luffy locked in that arc. You know, when he was, like, deflecting all the lightning. Because, like, I don't think lightning can go through rubber, right? Yeah, that's what he was, like, deflecting it all. That was aura. Bro, what are these sped up voices? Can you imagine if they talk like this in the real anime?
As for Nami's worst arc, I think I would have to pick Baratier, just for the simple fact that she holds the crew. We're in the middle of fighting to the death, and you take the ship and run off with it? You leave us stranded, leave us to die?
I'm like, what you on?
I understand she was doing it to save her village and shit, but I can't respect it, bro.
I agree with that. I agree 100%. I freaking... When I was first watching One Piece, like, now I'm rewatching and all, but, like, when I first started watching One Piece and I saw that, I was so mad. I was so mad. She's annoying in that arc.
That is Chopper, and I might be the only person that feels this way, but I think Chopper's best arc is Alabasta. Alabasta is right after Chopper joins the crew, and as Chopper's first proper arc with the crew, it establishes his role really well. I think his relationship with Zoro was established.
As his best arc, though, I'd say, what was that one arc called with the kitchen and the weird dude with the pink hair, the big one that went the black suit? I know it was with CP9 and all that. I think it was Marineford, maybe. I think that's when he locked in, when he became that like giant reindeer beast.
Really well during this arc.
助け合ってかばい合ってそれでいいのか？そういうやつもいるけどな。悪いが俺にはごまかしてるようにしか思えねえ。それぞれが自分のできることを死ぬ気でやって、俺はやったぞ。次はてめえの番だ。できなきゃぶっ殺すくらいの気合があって、初めてチームワークってのは成立すんじゃねえのか？そう考えるとよ、仲間って言っても別に一匹狼でもいいんじゃねえのか？ウソップの言ってた自分のできることをやればいいってのはそういうことか。あいつが言うと嘘くせえけどな。
And he was talking to all the animals. That was really useful, and I think that's really the first time that gets introduced.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty good. I still don't agree with this one, though. He did way better in Marineford.
And the 2-on-2 fight he had with Usopp, I love that fight. It's probably my favorite Chopper moment in the whole series. And this arc had my favorite Chopper outfit. Hey, this is one of them times Chopper had that shit on. As for Chopper's worst arc, I would have to say Skypiea. I know. But Chopper really just didn't do much that arc. He had some funny moments and stuff, but he really just didn't do much. He was really more of a liability than anything.
Oh, shoot, honest. Yeah.
I just didn't like that they kept him on the ship for that long.
Nah. He sucked that arc. He was sat there and whined about walking the whole time. He could have done more.
I understand somebody got to do it, but they treat my boy Chopper like a bitch. Tony Chopper ain't no bitch. Next, we have Brook, and his best arc, without a doubt, is Thriller Bark. It was between this and Whole Cake Island, because we all know what Brook did on Whole Cake Island. But Thriller Bark Brook just has a special place in my heart. Brook might have one of my favorite Straw Hat introductions ever, because we get to the ship and it's just a talking skeleton. No explanation, no deeper meaning. It's just, oh shit, it's a talking skeleton. Join the crew.
Luffy didn't think about it. He just told him to join automatically after he saw a skeleton.
And then we get the tie back to Laboon, which was amazing.
Luffy automatically chose to invite him to the crew as soon as he heard musician. He didn't even think about that it was a freaking skeleton. He just heard musician, wanted one.
That scene at the end of the arc when Brook is playing the piano and Luffy's laying on top of it.
Bro.
Oh gods, what is that?
What is it with these ads, bro?
That's good shit, man. As for Brook's worst arc, that would be none other than Egghead. We are officially at the end of Egghead, and I am confident in saying Brook didn't do a damn thing. Honestly, I don't even remember Brook throwing out one single attack.
I didn't realize he was there.
Egghead. Brook's just kind of been hanging around. At the beginning of the arc, he was hanging with Zoro on the ship, and since then, it's like he vanished.
I didn't even realize. I honestly didn't even realize he was in the arc. He was too quiet.
Honestly, off the top of my head, cannot name one single Brook moment on Egghead, and that should tell you everything you need to know. Next, we have Robin, and I'm gonna let y'all take a wild guess of which arc you think I'm gonna pick for Robin.
What do you think?
Obviously, it's Water 7 in Eni's lobby. We get her
Oh
backstory.
shoot, yeah, I forgot about
we get
that.
the I Wanna Live speech.
I want to live. 誰もそれを許してくれなかった。私は死にたいのよ。海は広いんだで。いつか必ずお前を守ってくれる仲間が現れる。ルフィを信じろ。もし本当に少しだけ望みを言っていいのなら、私は生きたい。私も一緒に海へ連れてって。
I have to say that was so much better in dub. Like instead of you can stay, it was I want to live. She hit that note perfectly when she did the voice acting for that.
And plus, the mystery surrounding her just added so much intrigue to this arc. Honestly, this is one of the easiest choices on the list. This shit was a layup. As for Robin's worst arc, we have Dressrosa. And this is another one that I'm very confident in. Robin did not do shit in Dressrosa. And it's kind of annoying because there was plenty of opportunity for Robin to do stuff in Dressrosa. But for the majority of the arc, she just played a supporting role, which isn't awful, but it feels like there was so much room for her to do so much more. Watching all of the Grand Fleet get one-on-one fights while Robin is stuck on babysitting duty with Rebecca. Don't kill me, bro. At least Robin was looking good that arc, though. That outfit was... Woo! Moving on to Frankie, and Frankie might be the only Straw Hat where I can honestly say he has no bad arc. Well, I mean, most of the Straw Hats don't really have a bad arc, but for every single arc that
Frankie's just a good character in general. Ever since he was freaking introduced in Water 7.
Frankie was actually in, I can name something in that arc that Frankie did that was really cool, which isn't really the case for most Straw Hats. But Frankie's best arc is without a doubt Dressrosa. Obviously, we have the Senior Pink fight.
Bro, I can't get over how he's dressed. The freaking...
Which everyone always talks about. But throughout Dressrosa, Frankie just had a bunch of character moments that I really enjoyed. Him babysitting Luffy was really fun. And we get to see him turn down Ace's Devil Fruit, which was pretty interesting. I think that gave us an interesting look into what Frankie values. Cause shit, if that's me, I'm taking that. You telling me I could turn my body into fire? Frankie deciding to help the Tontatas, which is one of my favorite Frankie moments ever. Frankie just got heart. He's the GOAT. For Frankie's worst arc, I said Sabaody, mainly because I couldn't find a bad arc for Frankie. I guess the Sunny was his responsibility. He got negative by Kuma, lost the Sunny. I guess that's a Frankie L. Come on, man, I'm trying to work with something. Next, we have Uncle Jinbei. And looking back on it, Jinbei hasn't really been in many arcs, but his best arc is without a doubt Marineford. After recently rewatching Marineford, Jinbei was really on his shit that arc. If it wasn't for Jinbei and Marineford, Luffy would not be alive right now. Luffy would have died on at least 3 separate occasions if it wasn't for Jinbei during Marineford. Jinbei damn near died trying to protect Luffy, and for that, I will always love you, Jinbei, even if you are a half human, half fish freak. As for Jinbei's worst arc, I would have to say Egghead. And this is also a product of him just not being in that many arcs, but out of the arcs that he has been in, Egghead has definitely been the arc where he's done the least. Jinbei spent the majority of this arc carrying around crates and shit while the rest of the Straw Hats are fighting for their lives. I don't know what was in them crates. It better been pieces to make an ancient weapon or something, because Jinbei was still carrying them while Vegapunk was being impaled and shit. Really, the only thing Jinbei did this whole arc was knock out 1 HP Lucci, which is fraudulent as hell, Jinbei. I'm not gonna lie. You definitely getting hella fraud allegations from that shit. Next, we have Sanji, and Sanji is one of those characters that's been very up and down for me throughout the story. There have been certain points in the story where Sanji has been my favorite Straw Hat, and then there have been other sections of the story where I just wished he didn't exist. And honestly, that makes Sanji the best character to talk about in this video because he has the highest highs and the lowest lows. And as for Sanji's best arc, I would have to say Whole Cake Island. The entirety of Whole Cake Island was such a good arc.
I say it's in the middle. It's either like, I was thinking, what's it called, Baratier. I thought he was pretty cool in that arc, cause like when he like kicked the guy down through the table and stuff, he was in a fighting spirit that arc. But yeah, I could agree with part of that.
For Sanji, and did a lot to recontextualize the way I felt about his character up to that point, because with Sanji's backstory, I think we get a lot of things subtextually that explain why Sanji acts the way that he does, why he's always separate from the crew doing his little espionage missions, and why he's always so obsessed with sacrificing himself all the time. And oh my god, the way that this arc uses stuff that was set up hundreds of chapters before. I know I'm not the only one, but I love when One Piece does that shit. Sanji talked about being from the North Blue all the way back in like Jaya, then for it to come back in such a big way like 600 episodes later. And this might be controversial, but I really like Sanji and Pudding. I think Pudding is probably the best fit for Sanji, probably the only fit for Sanji. I just can't see anybody else dealing with that nigga's bullshit, and Sanji comes with a lot of bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, Sanji's worst arc is without a doubt Fishman Island. I'm one of those people, I usually don't mind Sanji's perv gags. I think it's all
he was a simp this whole arc. Like,
right, but it was so fucking unfunny in the Fishman Island arc. The fact that they used it as a whole plot point, like,
at all. I agree, it was not funny. He was very annoying.
Oh, Sanji, he got a really bad nosebleed. Now he needs a blood transfer. This was one of the few times in the story where I was genuinely annoyed by Sanji. And then this fucking gooner had the audacity to say, "This is my all blue."
With Google Play Games,
he put the ad right there. Perfect.
You can play unlocked.
Ad right there. Thank you. For a little break.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, nigga, just stay there. You found your dream. Don't sail the rest of the way with us. Next, we have we have Zoro.
Oh, yeah,
Zoro was one of the first characters I thought about when making this list, because Zoro's best and worst arcs are so obvious. I don't even think anybody would disagree with these, I hope. And Zoro's best arc is...
I don't think he really had a bad arc. I thought he was just good in all of them, except for what was that one arc? His first scene when he was freaking strapped. I can't speak. When he was strapped to the pole and he was like kidnapped and he had to survive for a while. I found that annoying. Like, he's so strong. Why couldn't he just break out the rope? Like, why do you have to wait? I mean, I get it was for the little girl, but I just break the rope and just like, if I was him, I'd just break the rope, go kill all the Marines. Then they're just fine. We don't have to worry about the little girl unless they send backup somehow, which they're all dead anyway, so it wouldn't do anything because they wouldn't be able to send backup.
Wano.
Unless they somehow find out.
As much as Zoro fans like to complain about Wano and say that Zoro was fumbled in Wano or that he didn't get enough attention, Wano was without a doubt Zoro's most impressive arc from a power scaling perspective, and I would say from a character writing perspective. I loved all the stuff with Zoro and Yasue. I love all the parallels between Zoro.
I like how they designed him in this arc. Like, hold up. Let's go back a little bit. Where'd it go?
Would disagree with these, I hope. And Zoro's best arc is Wano. As much as Zoro fans like to complain about Wano and say that Zoro was fumbled in Wano or that he didn't get enough attention, Wano was without a doubt Zoro's most impressive arc from a power scaling perspective, and I would say from a character writing perspective. I loved all the stuff.
Look at that. See? Look at that. The 3 swords strap with the cape too. The capes actually made it so tough this arc. That was just so tough. Like the design on Zoro was crazy this arc.
With Zoro and Yasue, I love all the parallels between Zoro and Oden and Ryuma. I think that's hella interesting, and I think it could be even more interesting down the line. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. King of Hell was cool as fuck. My King of Hell reaction is still up on the channel. You can see that shit. Yo.
King of Hell was cool.
No. That shit.
If you say that that's not cool, you're just lying. Don't even try. You're lying.
Did something to me. Ooh. And then all this shit.
Why does this say Frankie? This ain't no Frankie.
Zoro did on the rooftop, just showing us Zoro's potential as a fighter. I think this arc actually did a lot of good things for Zoro. Now for Zoro's worst arc, we got Punk Hazard. Usually in most arcs, Oda goes out of his way to make Zoro look cool. Punk Hazard was like the only arc where Oda made Zoro look like a fucking loser. First he gets one shot by the Yeti Cool Brothers, which wouldn't be that bad if the Yeti Cool Brothers didn't spend the rest of the arc being complete bums. And then we got the Tashigi and Monet stuff, which I'm sorry, bro. That shit was not cool. I know a lot of people think that was a cool moment for Zoro. Cut that bitch for real. Why are you playing? Over here wasting time flirting with Tashigi and shit. But finally, we have our golden boy.
That's
Luffy.
easy.
My goat, my king, my rubber ball of joy.
He glazing. Look, he glazing.
Luffy's best arc could have been a bunch of different arcs. It could have been Wano. It could have been
Luffy
Marineford. It could have been Whole Cake. But for me, Luffy's best arc is easily Water 7 in Enies Lobby. Watching Luffy come into his own as a captain and gain the respect and loyalty of his crew, that shit gave me chills, bro. When he said,
this is the hardest one to decide, because we got Wano. That was freaking peak. That was cool. Gear 5 introduction was crazy. But then I mean, I guess freaking Water 7 was like Water 7. I like the arc. I really think it was like really good. Like I think it was a masterpiece. But Luffy, he was pretty good in that arc, like the Luffy versus Zoro and all that. But like, I think it was either Wano or Skypiea. Because, like, when he was... Wait, what was it called? Hold up. What was it called? I think it was Skypiea. Yeah, Skypiea. I think Skypiea or Wano was his greatest, Loki. Because freaking... when he was, like, deflecting all Eneru's attacks... Like, I get that he got stuck in the metal ball, but as soon as he broke out, he was an absolute beast. He was just destroying Eneru. Bro had no chance at all. Yeah, like, he was just cooked as soon as he got out of that metal ball. Freaking Eneru. It was GG's.
I'm not gonna hit the ground ever again.
Oh, nah, that changes things up. I forgot about that. Bro. His freaking fight against Lucci, I forgot that was that arc. That was like, that was peak. When he fell down, like, anyone else get chills when he fell down? He like fell down and everyone thought he was gonna die. Am I the only one who thought he was gonna die? Because it looked like he was gonna die when he fell down. But yeah, that was tough.
And he was falling. That nigga was finna pass out. He said, "Ugh." That shit put some motherfucking hair on your chest. Luffy literally did everything you want out of your main character that entire arc. We got the fight with Usopp. That shit was emotional as fuck. The stuff with the Mary and Luffy having to make a real tough...
I forgot about the going Mary when it like collapsed and all that. Yeah, that was pretty sad.
...decision for the first time as a...
But they got the 1000 Sunny. That boat's freaking cool with all the stuff that Frankie built.
captain, Luffy declaring war on the world government for
True,
Robin, which only becomes better as we learn more about the history and who Luffy is in the grand scheme of the One Piece world. Luffy separating himself from the crew and running onto Enies Lobby all by himself. Everything about this arc is just so quintessential Luffy. How could you not love it? And for Luffy's worst arc, I said Whiskey Peak.
Luffy, it's good to see you, buddy.
Whiskey Peak.
Whiskey Peak has probably the only Luffy moment that I would ever consider
hilarious.
out of character. Him believing random bounty hunters over Zoro because they gave him food. I mean, I guess that's not that out of character, but still, it's Zoro. And in
That clip was like, remember that? No, Daibito, roll back to kitchen. That's what
general, Luffy just spent a majority of this arc being useless, stuffing his fat fucking face while Zoro and Nami handle all the real problems. Luffy spent most of
Yeah, that one, he sucked in that arc. I'm not gonna lie, I agree with him. Whoa, where'd the sound go? I hope y'all can still hear. I can't hear. Hold up. Did I fix it? Dang, I could not hear any of that. That all went. That wait, did it just go down in volume?
until Enies Lobby.
Oh no, I muted.
I said Whiskey Peak.
Luffy!
Problems. Luffy spent most of this arc being and confuse all the niggas that didn't make it here. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe.
Yeah, go like this video. Go like it. Well, that's gonna be the end of the stream, and that's gonna be the end of the video. Well, thank you guys for watching. Oh my hair looks chopped. My hair looks absolutely chopped, bro. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, peace out. Continue watching One Piece. But yeah, that's gonna be the end. Alright, like, sub, go follow me on TikTok, it's just Glimpse. Follow the Twitch, lowercase GL1MPSE_YT. Sub on YouTube. Do all that. If y'all like this, 5 likes and we'll do another. We'll do 3 likes. 3 likes and we'll do another react. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Spin the spinny ring. You just got Goblin Curse.